Hello, I'm coming to you once again as a copywriter consultant to number one, inspire you, two, educate you, and three, to empower you to get through this global crisis. This is video number 6 dealing with what is a valuable fan. We've already defined it previously. Now we're going to look at someone in the past and see how this individual's life can help us in the present. Today, we're going to be studying Madam C.J. Walker. Who was Madam C.J. Walker, and why is she important in my life and concerning your life today? Let's find out. First of all, she was born in December 23rd, 1867, and her name was Sarah Breed Love. She was born on a cotton plantation. So we know that this was a time of slavery and things were not that well during that time. The place was in Delta, Louisiana. Now, at the age of 14, she decided to marry Moses McWilliams in 1905. Why? Because she was going through some sexual and physical abuse on that plantation. Unfortunately, that was common amongst slaves. So, after several years of marriage to Moses, she was a widow at age 20. Then she moved to St. Louis with her and her brothers, and they all knew how to cut hair. They were barbers. And again, you may be going through an unemployment situation, you may be going through a layoff. What you need to do at this time is to assess your skills. She and her brothers were barbers, so that was a marketable skill even back then. She also worked as a underpaid washerwoman, doing laundry for the whites. Didn't pay that much. Then she joined St. Paul African Methodist Episcopal Church and sang in the choir. Now, this was a very, very pivotal point in her life, and you may be going through a very, very pivotal point in your life, an adjustment. Let's see what happens. Now, while she was at the church, she met other teachers and members of the National Association of Colored Women. What did they do with Madam C.J. Walker? They mentored her. They taught her different things. So during this time, she tried different hair greases and experimented with her own formula to cure scalp infections and baldness. Because at this time, many houses, black and white, had no plumbing. So you can imagine the situations. Back then, they had to go somewhere else to bathe and use outhouses to use the bathroom. So she started experimenting with her own formula to how to cure baldness, especially for black people. She became a sales agent. 2 years she spent with Annie Turnbow, the founder of PORO Company, Poro Company. What else? 1905, she moved to Denver, Colorado. She worked as a cook for a pharmacist. Here, she learned the basics of chemistry. Now, it's all going together piece by piece. She gets married at 14, becomes a widow, moves, learns chemistry. She's already a barber, learns chemistry. She's dealing with an ailment concerning her hair falling out, and other people, black and white, especially black, houses didn't have plumbing, so it caused problems with hygiene. So she learned basic chemistry at this pharmacist's facility. Then she perfected her ointment that she was already working on to heal dandruff and other hygiene related ailments. Remember again, at this time, most people did not have indoor plumbing. This was the early 1900s. So in 1906, she married Charles Joseph Walker, and she became successful with her hair grease or hair ointment. It was known as the Walker Method or the Walker System of Beauty Culture by Madam C.J. Walker. 1908, she took 2 years of training. The Walker agents and beauty culturists, Southern Eastern U.S., she created an excellent business model. Here she started training agents for 2 years. Let's back up. She left the slave plantation, married at 14, became a widow, married someone else, learned chemistry from a pharmacist as a cook. Now she's perfected her hair ointment because she's dealing with scalp issues along with other people. Now, 1908, she's training Walker agents as beauty culturists, and they're moving throughout the southern United States. So she developed an excellent business model. Those of us involved with entrepreneurship, you know that analyzing, researching, experimenting, and mentoring is vitally important. When you create hard systems, soft systems that can function without you, and mentor people and multiply those skills through others, then you're creating great influence and having a great impact. Myself, I've counseled and mentored many people, and at this time, I'm mentoring a young lady named Sally in Africa, as well as my sister concerning copywriting. But back to Madam C.J. Walker. After this, she settled in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She opened Lelia College of Beauty Culture, named after her daughter. So, 1908, she's training agents for 2 years. Then it blossoms into a full blown accredited college. See the multiplication. And that's one of the universal laws that all businesses function off of, especially copywriting, content creation, content strategy, thinkers, problem solvers, analysts, researchers, uh, consultants. It functions by the law of multiplication. You plant a seed, you water it, it gets fertilized, it grows, and then it produces fruit, like an apple tree. Fruit, and then you replant, and it multiplies once again. So she named this college after her daughter named Lelia, and then they relocated the headquarters in Indianapolis. Why? Because there were prosperous black business people in that community. Remember the old proverbs, birds of a feather flock together. She made a wise move. She went into an area where she can communicate, collaborate, and network to produce more of her products, and that other people may even invest into her products and services. And if not, she can always offer it to them because they were able to afford it in bulk buying. Remember, these are business people. So now what happens? Excuse me, she travels the United States and she provided thousands of career opportunities for African American women. Instead of them being maids, cooks, farmhands, and working as washwomen, now they can get a skill in cosmetology, doing hair and doing it professionally. Remember, she has a college. 1913, she went internationally to the Caribbean and Central America. Here's the law of multiplication again, the compound effect, or what some consider evergreen content, like the tree. It's always fresh, it's always green. You can take something old, update it, and create it as a classic, and it's still effective, influential, and powerful, and it still has established authority. So by 1919, Madam C.J. Walker had 25,000 active Walker agents. Look at the multiplication from her and her brothers to 1919, 25,000 trained professionals. That is a serious dynamic of the law of multiplication. She also was a philanthropist. She gave $1,000 to the African American YMCA in 1911. She gave $5,000 to the NAACP in their anti lynching fund. People were getting lynched. Remember, this is down south still. Hard times. She created a scholarship for students with several black colleges, boarding schools, orphanages, retirement homes. She even funded to preserve Frederick Douglass's home in Washington, D.C. So, what do we see here? Charity. As you prosper, it's good to give to others because there's a proverb and a saying that says it's better to give than to receive. So, she wasn't selfish. And a time like this, with this global pandemic going on, it is a time to recognize our priorities and maybe change some things. Some of you may have been selfish, greedy. Take a look, and now it's time to make some type of adjustment. And you may say, well, I don't have that much. Share inspiration, share information, share encouragement. Call someone, encourage them, mentor someone, a little here, a little there, like Madam C.J. Walker. She also became politically active with an anti lynching silent parade in Washington, D.C. That was in 1917. And she also advocated the rights for African American soldiers that fought in France during World War I. So she was very active, very giving, very loving, and very charitable because of the abuse that she went through and the challenges she felt in her heart to help others. And you know, my friend, that's a good thing. I've done outreach ministry. I still check on people. I still reach out to people, and it's a good thing. What else did Madam C.J. Walker do? She got involved with the real estate. She bought Harlem townhouses, beauty school, dark tower, a cultural salon hosted by her daughter during the Harlem Renaissance during the 1920s. She also bought Villa Lararo in Irvington, New York mansion. It became a national historic landmark and also an historic preservation became a national treasury as well. So Madam C.J. Walker was doing some things. She wasn't sitting around twiddling her thumbs and worrying about this and worrying about that. She became active. And again, I say that's one of the best ways to get through a crisis is to be active. My mother used to say, don't let the grass grow under your feet. And again, I'm waiting on inclusion to do the review of the course, but I'm still pushing. I'm still going forward. I'm still offering this course through my email, mike8828 at yahoo.com. That's mike8828 at yahoo.com. Another thing about Madam C.J. Walker, she purchased property in downtown Indianapolis. And in 1927, they established her group a Madam Walker Theater Center that also became a National Historic Landmark. So she had about 3 National Historical Landmarks, which can never be removed. They're etched in the property, they're etched in the land. She trained others in a marketable skill. So now during this time of pandemic, it's time for you to reevaluate your skills, improve upon what you know, or learn a new skill. like my sister. She doesn't know much about copywriting, but she's learning little by little. The young lady in Africa is a copywriter already. I'm helping her to sharpen her skills, to get clientele so that she can address business to business and business to customer clients and empower them to prosper and be successful as well. Madam C.J. Walker died in 1919. She was a valuable fan. And my question to you is, how are you spending your time today? Where is your focus? Where do you want to go? And how do you plan on getting there? Like Madam C.J. Walker, she trained others. I do the same. I've trained people in the martial arts, trained people in outreach ministry, trained them in counseling, and now I have a training course called Introduction to Psychology. And if you're interested, fine. If not, fine. But that course is available directly by contacting me, Mike8828 at yahoo.com. That's Mike8828 at yahoo.com. And whatever you do, don't be discouraged. Be encouraged because you are a valuable fan. God bless you. Bye bye.